What's good, guys? So it's your boy DB and I'm back with that huge backlog of Grand Arena that I promised was coming. Now there's not going to be any webcam in these because they've all got like variable frame rates, and all that's going to happen is my webcam is going to go out of sync with what you're actually watching, so my commentary will come off, it'll start spoiling things, it'll be a total mess. But we're going to get through this backlog. You can catch my live current ones obviously on my Twitch channel, which will all eventually be ported here as soon as the backlog is done. My absence was explained in a recent video which I'll pop up here somewhere, and you can check that out. So let's get on with these videos, right? Let's get this backlog out of the way and get on with some new content. Let's do this. Okay, it's episode 2 time from season 1 bracket. No, sorry, season 2 bracket 1. We're against HarMar this time. Against Luke Skywalker, you can see we got the win. It looks like he lightly ran through everything judging those banners. Obviously tripped up on my Night Sisters and then could not beat my Malik team. I don't have the greatest Malik team, but my Revan Ambassador are fairly decent, so they do tend to cause some trouble. It looks like HarMar's already gone in. See what I'm dealing with. He doesn't have particularly high banners, so he must have tripped up somewhere. Or perhaps it's just because he hasn't cleared my Night Sisters either. No, he's first timed everything. And he's just not battled either of these yet. Okay, well, let's see what we're working with. Jedi, he's got Relic Yoda, I see, and a First Order team. That should be fine for my Ewoks. Bounty Hunters, and a fairly unthreatening looking Malik team, so I mean that's not going to really pose me any problems. So looks like I went Bounty Hunters first. There's got to be resistance, surely. It's very rare I use anything else actually. If there's no like Night Sisters and maybe there's a Bounty Hunt team on the very back, then Troopers might take care of them, but generally it's always this squad. Almost used BB there. That would have screwed me huge if I had done that. I need him in the nuke team. It's amazing how many little things I spot when I watch these back. Some of the things I did in the previous episode, I don't even know what I was thinking. My buddy Yeti was taking the mick at me for a double tank battle. But with 3PO in this team, this should be really, really easy. They do have a fair bit of AoE damage though, which is obviously a problem because I don't have Finn, so I don't have any real like protection generation outside of well, I don't really have any, do I? Just kind of health steal. Not even Holdo in the squad. Generally what you got to do, take care of the Fets. So unless I was incredibly intoxicated, which I know I wasn't, I'm bound to do that first. It looks to be going incredibly smoothly, so I don't want to jinx it, but perhaps I did get pretty decent banners on this one. I mean, Dengar's coming up. I can see he's getting prepped to throw all those bloody thermals at me and screw things up. So it's just a case of if I can actually get boss down quick enough. I mean, I had all the specials loaded, so it's quite possible. Having an expose on him is obviously going to be really, really handy, so it's going to reduce his turn meter when I'm doing those said specials. Yeah, it looks like that was a perfect run. That's quite rare for my resistance, actually. Not bad. Not bad at all. I was really, really going for Kyber this season, so no doubt I was absolutely elated with that one. Yeah, looks like we're going to go for Malik next. Gonna get my arena team. Not sure why I'm hesitating, but apparently I was. Alright, this should be... I mean, we got a little bit lucky last time. It kind of went wrong. But still managed to win. This one looks to have gone a lot smoother. Plus, it's gear 12, so... and I mean, he's gear 11. I could probably just AoE at this point. But it doesn't look like I've taken any risks. Absolutely none whatsoever. Much more comfortable than last time, at least. Last time's one was really shaky. A very, very quick win. And what was at the back? I just can't remember. This was ages ago. Bugs, and is that Rogue One? Can't see from the distance that I have on the monitor. Yeah, it is Rogue One. Not a bad team, actually. They're pretty well developed. Evidently, either liked them a lot or just had them really well developed for the Hoth territory battles, that special mission. Everyone having to develop that team up for that was that really sucked, because by that point in the game, they really weren't any good anywhere other than that. They don't really shine in raids, and that they don't really work particularly well in any of these game modes either. So definitely one of the more painful teams to put together, even if you like the characters. Gotta love Ewoks. I'm sure my buddy Ryan Wren is super excited to be seeing this right now. Yeah, shut the team down. Stealth Elder. And get the TM flowing. Yeah, shut up, Kylo. Get that Foresight on. And then just crush him. Crush Executioner. Pretty standard battles these days. I'm sure many of you remember the horrendous time I used to have with First Order. I used to lose to them like all the time. I used to screw up every single one of the original edition of Grand Arena all the time. Even my resistance would just completely turd the bed when I was using them against First Order somehow. Even with really high crit chance, things just didn't work for me. Luckily, my Ewoks have a really good record. I'm just dreading the day I come up against some Relic First Order, because Tally's actually got both of the Kylos relicked, and I know quite how difficult they can be. There's no way my Ewoks are getting through them. I would just get stuck on the 2 Kylos. I think it'd be the case for a lot of people, because I don't think many of us have really developed our Ewoks beyond what we needed to for C3PO. I mean, I already had mine developed before him. I was just being a bit rebellious and bored with farming the same stuff that everyone was farming, and thought, you know what, everyone hates Ewoks, I'm going to develop mine. So I just happened to luck into the 3PO event, actually. But I haven't done anything with them since then. They're all kind of like gear 11 except Elder, who for unknown reasons is like 12.4 or something. I actually could have relicked him the other week. And I did consider it just for the lols, but when the rest of my team were 11, there didn't seem to be much point. I can just imagine Ryan's reaction to seeing Relic Ewok Elder. Alright, so it looks like Unmasked is going down. Get that Foresight back on. And then pick away the rage-fueled masked version. The old heroic AAT killer himself. I miss that. I really do. I don't know why they bothered nerfing that, to be honest. There was no point when there were other teams that could do the same thing already. The trouble with these Kylos is sometimes these take ages. They can really drag on. Especially when he goes in like one-shots a character and you go completely fills his protection back up. That can be infuriating. But it looks like that's not going to happen here. His TM's pretty low. He's already in yellow. Probably could have taunted there at the risk of healing him a little just to avoid any kill risk. But didn't look like I needed to. 56 actually isn't particularly great. Normally I would get about 58. That's a slightly clunky run, to be fair. Jedi. No doubt I'd probably ran Jedi Mirror. I mean, everyone remembers my Plo Koon video, I'm sure. Jedi Mirror is a battle I've never really had any difficulties with. That's the reason I did the video, to kind of show people what I was doing for such a long time. Because I would climb effortlessly, and everyone else dreaded them, and I was beating the faster teams on my shard, and eventually people started asking questions. Oh, does it look? It looks like I'm going to actually use Plo here too. Go on. No, don't take him out. I did. I took him out. Come on. I just disappointed myself. Now I know how you guys feel. Come on. AI really seems to do that a lot these days. It used to always target Revan or Yoda. But nowadays it just seems to always target Jolie. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. But Tally still runs the Jedi squad, the old Jedi meta, and because she's in like the 100 ranks, a lot of other people are running it too, and I would say a good 95% of the battles, that is how it starts these days. and it will consist of Jolie just standing there and never countering. It looks like mine is actually bucking that trend though. At least he's countering and healing, because if he does that, you're fine. But it's when he just stands there like an idiot, doesn't counter even once, and just dies, that things can really go wrong in a hurry. That should just drop him again in one. Relic Yoda really does bring the pain with his offense, but defensively he's no different. He just absolutely melts. So I don't expect any survivability from that. If you want survivability in this team, you got to go for Jolie and Kenobi, really. They'd be the ones you want to Relic if you're having problems staying alive. Because, yeah, Relic in the other two doesn't really help in any way, shape, or form outside of just doing a little bit more damage. That'll be him gone, and that's it. That's in the bag. It's not like Bastila is going to do any serious damage to this team. She won't cost me a banner. But 58, kind of alright, I suppose, for Jedi on Jedi. Tough teams. They both got great survivability. You know, both versions that were in use there. So, yeah, you're bound to drop a couple of banners. Unless your opponent isn't even modded, of course. What was at the back there? Ewoks, and I can't even see that. Is that Kira? Note to self, wear my glasses when I'm doing these ones that aren't on camera. I guess I'm going on the bugs. I'm taking in Treya. I didn't even notice what I clicked on. And my safety net, Savage. We had so many... I mean, a lot of you guys will remember, I used to run just Treya and Scion. That was it. I didn't even bring Nihilus and Savage. Just run those two. And I ended up costing myself a win one time. And I thought, well, you know, being greedy for extra couple of banners doesn't pay off when you lose. So I started running just the Triumvirate instead. And I had a couple of strange battles where the AI just still managed to win. There was nothing I could do. My Scion just stood there and died. Even with crit avoidance and defensively modded, with stacks of health at 12.5, still just didn't manage to survive. And yeah, so now I tend to take Savage as a pure safety net. It can be quite handy as well, because you can often catch Brute when he's yellow, take him out of the battle, and then you can one-shot Brood Alpha with Treya. So it can actually work out really nicely this way. The only trouble is, obviously, you guarantee to lose a few banners, because Savage will pretty much always die. Nice and simple there. Annihilate, and then just pick them off. How many banners is that? It doesn't look like it's gone too smoothly. 56, yeah, that's not particularly comfortable. If you got a really, really fast team and you're against a really slow team, you can actually score pretty well. But I wouldn't really want to risk it and mod that team for speed, especially not Scion anyway. I've seen that go quite badly for some people. So it looks like some sort of like smuggler scoundrel squad there. It's different. Haven't seen Mission and Zalbar in one of those teams before. And there's no real like threatening teams in this. It's just a case of, what do I even have left? Looks like I've got Imperial Troopers. Obviously I saw my Galactic Republic is still there. My Rebels are there. My Palp squad is still there. Probably use Palp at the top. Troopers on Ewoks, and then Rebels on Rogue One. That's probably what I would do now, but if that's what I did, I'm not too sure. Obviously checking the speeds to make sure that Stark's going to go first, and these are very, very slow bears, so I don't think my Troopers were going to struggle. There's no other reason I would have checked speeds. If I was running any of the other teams, I really wouldn't have needed to, and I'm not stupid enough to run Palpatine against Ewoks anymore. Anyway, I've done it once. I learned the hard way. Yeah, that really didn't go too well. I was convinced my faster team would manage to get just enough damage done to actually get away with it, but it didn't work out that way, unfortunately. Nice and easy. Gear 9 range, slaughtering all. Nice 60 banners. I need that, considering how awful some of the other runs have gone. But it does look like my opponent is stuck. Hasn't beaten either of those teams that I've got left on the bottom. This was actually quite an interesting season because obviously a majority of the time when I'm doing these live, my opponent tends to be watching, or a guild mate is watching, a friend is watching, something along those lines. And yeah, with this whole season being offline, I found my defenses performed very, very differently. Because I don't regularly mix them up too much, because I mean there's only so much I can do. There are certain teams that just suck on offense and certain teams that do a lot better on defense, so it's usually quite easy to figure out what people are going to run. I really seem to have been hesitating here. I'm not sure why. I've got more than enough firepower. Oh yeah, you used Kenobi already, didn't I? Although I don't really need Thrawn, but I guess I felt I did because Snips and Padme were both gear 11 at this point. Evidently hesitating a lot here. Oh, I've changed my mind apparently. What on earth was I doing? Gone for a rebel. I've gone for a tank. I really didn't have faith, did I? I don't know why I was so nervous. I mean, yeah, Thrawn is a pretty solid option. I mean, especially when you've got a dual tank like this. But at the same time, it's not like you're really going to debuff my team or anything. And I've got a good deal of survivability from all the heals. And the fact that assists aren't going to damage me. But clearly, I was playing this incredibly safe. It doesn't look like Vandal's going to last very long. Yeah, he's gone. Go on, man. Do the big attack. We got a bit of protection up. So left with the two tanks. They clearly did a great job for their team, didn't they? Considering they're still alive and the rest of their team are dead. Well, that was a decent shot. I was expecting a buff immunity there, but instead we just straight up killed him. That should do it. Yep. Decent of courage stacks, the word I'm looking for there, Damien. Good job. 57 banners isn't particularly impressive, but it's a win nonetheless. And at this point, I'm already beating my opponent. And I've only got one really low tier team left over to face, and it looks like I got some pretty decent stuff left over. Surely I did what I would have done had what I said earlier, and tell you what am I doing? Why is B2 in that team? Admittedly, B2 was a great counter to Chase back in the day, but I don't think I really need him when I got Chewie in the team. And Kylo. Clearly, I'm very concerned about this team for some reason. Okay. Honestly, I probably could have just run the Palpatine squad against this. Yeah, just kill Jin first. Or not. Oh, yeah. Okay. Why did I even click on Cassian? Get rid of Jin. No one can revive. Get rid of the buffs. Yeah, stun him to stop him constantly bloody counter-attacking and taunting. K2 can be really annoying when he's very tanky. Used to drive me mad back in the day when Rogue One had their 4 seconds in the meta. Alright, that looks to be pretty comfortable. Having buff immunity on Baze means I can just absolutely massacre Shuri and not even be remotely concerned. I already have full protection, so I'm not really sure why I did that. But I mean, 59 is not bad, but honestly, I don't think I really needed Kylo in that. I could have dropped either Kylo or B2 and been quite comfortable. But a win is a win. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like he's really going to do a great deal to my team. So that wraps up that episode, and I'll get on to episode 3 for you guys, where you'll see the result to this one. So thanks for watching. Until next time, we out of here.